There's some big breaking news now coming in. We are learning that a total of 5 Air India international flights have been cancelled today due to different reasons, including technical glitches and aircraft unavailability. These cancelled flights involve Boeing Dreamliners. Remember, it was a Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft that had crashed on June 12th. Now, this is the latest that's coming in at the moment. What we are given to understand is that at least 5 Air India international flights, which are Boeing Dreamliner flights, have been cancelled today due to different reasons. My colleague Shiva, who also now joins us on the broadcast here, he's getting us more on that. Well, this raises a lot of concern, Shiv.
It does sound alarming for sure, for 5 Air India flights to be cancelled in a matter of a few hours, and all of them happen to be a 787 Dreamliner aircraft, the same aircraft type involved in the Ahmedabad Flight 171 crash. But it's important to set the context here so the viewing public, the flying public is not unduly alarmed. This is definitely a very serious issue and must be scrutinized closely. But the flight from Ahmedabad to London, for instance, that was cancelled owing to possible unavailability of aircraft because of the heightened amount of inspections that have been imposed on the Air India 787 fleet. The Delhi-Paris flight was apparently cancelled because of some restrictions on night flying, also possibly stemming from the additional inspections that have been made mandatory for the 787 Dreamliners in service with Air India. The other 3 flights, the details have not come out yet officially from Air India, but at least so far there is no reason to believe that there is some common factor that has compelled the cancellation of all these 5 flights. But the fact that all of these 5 flights that have been cancelled are 787 Dreamliners does suggest that it must be something specific to the fleet type. Remember that the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, which had imposed a list of enhanced safety inspection measures specific to the 787 Dreamliners, has imposed additional pressure on the fleet in terms of the time taken to turn around each aircraft so it can service a particular sector. And given the margins and delays beyond which airlines cannot operate such aircraft because of this enhanced sensitivity, sometimes they probably do not have a choice but to cancel flights and use other aircraft. So what one can say quite safely is the additional pressure on the 787s, the additional scrutiny and inspection requirements on this particular fleet of Air India stemming from the accident 4 days ago in Ahmedabad is definitely a factor at play here.
But, Shiv, what could actually mean for Boeing Dreamliner fleet? It does raise concerns, but you've also said that there were different reasons because of which the flight cancellations happened. But what could it possibly mean?
Well, the truth of the matter is last week, right after the Ahmedabad crash, remember the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, which is India's civil aviation watchdog, had issued orders called enhanced inspection orders for the 787, which basically meant that over and above all of the routine inspections that are imposed on all aircraft that fly with passengers, the 787s specifically after that crash have to be subjected to an additional list of inspections, including fuel, hydraulics, and many other things, including engine tests. Now, these mandatory tests are an interim measure. Remember, there is a larger civil aviation panel that is looking into the crash, which means that these mandatory interim directives could expand into a larger action. Whether this is going to be a fleet grounding, whether it's going to be permanent additional inspections, whether it's going to go beyond just the Indian fleet into international 787s operating around the world, and there are over 1,000 in service, that remains to be seen. But that additional pressure on this aircraft type in India is perhaps the reason why there are all these cancellations.